This is Support is Sexy, episode 404. Stop resisting and let it flow. Welcome to Support is Sexy. I'm your host, Elayne Fluker, entrepreneur, author, and founder of Chic Rebellion Media. 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, I bring you inspiring women entrepreneurs who share their wins and lessons to help you take your business to the next level. Here we go. Hi, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of Support is Sexy. I'm excited to have you here because you know it just would not be the same without you. And if you are interested in being a podcast guest and using podcasts to really spread the message about your business, I want you to download my free gift at girlonpodcastgift.com to learn how to be an unforgettable podcast guest for all the right reasons. girlonpodcastgift.com. Now, I want to share something with you. You know, we've talked about resistance before, and as you heard in the intro, this episode is called Stop Resisting and Let It Flow. We talked about resistance on episode 84. That was a while ago. What to do in the face of resistance, and I'll make sure I link to that in the show notes. We also talked about resistance on episode 55. Why your resistance to support is selfish on your part. Episode 55, and I'll link to that as well. But today I want to talk about resistance that some of us are holding on to as sort of a security blanket when really it could be suffocating you. And I'm sharing this because this is a lesson that I learned recently. You know, I like to share things that I'm going through. So maybe it'll be a reflection to you of something you're going through, maybe some blind spots you're not even aware of, just something to let you know you're not alone, right? Support is sexy, whether it relates to you or not. If you go through this at any point, you'll know, oh, I remember hearing about that. I'm not alone. So, resistance. As many of you know, if you've been listening for a while, I relocated in the past year and a half almost, that time is going so fast, from Brooklyn, New York to Stone Mountain, Georgia. I always say Atlanta because it's easier, but really it's Stone Mountain. So it's in the suburbs, so it's even more difficult of a change from Brooklyn. Actually, I'm not going to say that. See, that's resistance. I'm already saying it's difficult. It is, though, a big change from Brooklyn, New York, the ease of getting around to Stone Mountain, Georgia. Now, as you can see by my language there, which I'm going to leave in, I still have some resistance around it, but I'm learning to let that go. And whenever someone used to ask me here, and they still do ask me, how do you like it here? Or how's the change been? I usually smile and say, it's not New York, which is kind of a New York way of responding, right? Nothing will ever be New York. It's not the same. I don't hate it, but it's not New York. But even with that, if you had told me that I was being resistant, I would have denied it. I fully admit it. And it wasn't until I started working recently with my business coach, Margot Geller, who is fantastic, that I was able to honestly and completely release some of the frustration around my business, around my family, around my circumstances, around everything that brought me to Atlanta. That's really what the resistance was. It wasn't just, they don't have a subway. Okay. We can get over that, right? I have a car here. It's no big deal. It was a lot of other things that I was feeling resistance around, why I couldn't like Atlanta or why I wouldn't like Atlanta as much as New York. Atlanta is a great city. Don't get me wrong. It's booming right now. It is actually the place to be. But because I had so much resistance, I couldn't see all of that. But after working with Margot, the business coach, for just a few weeks and deciding to let things go, I began to see things flow. My family dynamic shifted, and in just a few weeks, my business had its first 5-figure month, and it keeps growing every week to week, knock on wood. And praise God, it continues to grow. And I am confident that it is because I let go and stopped resisting. I was holding on to the resistance like a security blanket. So it was suffocating me, my family, or my response to my family and my family situation, dealing with an illness, and suffocating my business. Once I let it go, other things started to flow easily into the business, into my life, into my family. Much more love, much more understanding, much more compassion, much more opportunities, and possibilities, right? I talk a lot about possibility. Possibility is the theme of my year. And I want to encourage you to check in with yourself. That's what all these solo episodes are for. Me sharing my story, but not just for me, for you to do a check-in too. So I encourage you to check in and see if there are places where you might be tight or strangling the possibility because you're holding on to resistance. I am a witness that letting it go in whatever way you need to. And listen, notice that I said I worked with a coach. She's a coach. Actually, to me, she's a coach/therapist because you can really open up to her about your business, but about a lot of other things. She has so much training and a background in psychology. This is what I needed at a time to work through these blocks that I didn't understand were there. Having the conversation, being able to release in a safe and honest space has done wonders in a matter of weeks, and I'm confident it's only going to get better. There will still be hard times, but now that some of these blind spots have been revealed, I will know how to check in with myself and how to make adjustments. And that's what it's all about. It's not so things can be perfect for you. It's so you know, I need to do a check-in. Is this what I'm doing here? This is what happened before. This is how I fixed it. It's just tools in your toolbox, in other words. So I want you to check in your toolbox and see if you got some resistance hiding in there. Take it out, throw it away, and start to adjust to let it flow. Let it flow in your business, in your family, in your relationships, whatever is going on with you right now. Is there a part of it that you are holding on to for whatever reason? Security, fear could be another reason. They say everything is it's binary, right? Love or fear? Which direction are you going in? Are you going in the direction of fear? Are you afraid to let go? Are you resisting for, in your mind, or maybe even not in your conscious mind, some reason that you're not aware of? I highly recommend talk to someone. You can always join us in the Support is Sexy Mastermind. There's a great group of women from all around the world in there. People share all the time, not just things about their business, but also what they're going through in their lives related to their business or not. That's at supportissexymastermind.com. I offer that to you as an option, but there's all kinds of ways to get in a circle of women, a circle of people, meetups, therapists, business coach, whatever you need to help you have the space to let some things go. Because holding on to things not only keeps you from liking Atlanta as much as you like New York, but it also keeps you stressed. You hold a lot of that tension in your shoulders, at least I do, in your body, and it can stress you out. And God forbid, it can eventually kill you if you don't let it go. So I want you to check in, stop resisting, get support, and let it flow. All right, so hopefully this was helpful to you. I'll keep sharing my progress with you. Let's do this together. Figure out a way to let it go. In fact, let me know how you're going to let go. Make sure we are connected on social media at Elayne Fluker, at Support is Sexy. I would love to chat with you and hear from you. All right, so thank you again so much for being here and for listening and for being a part of my support network. I appreciate you. And until we chat again, always remember you deserve support. And we'll talk soon. Take care.